Hi everybody, this is Bob from Buckeye Sports Center. Today I'm really excited to talk to you guys about the all-new 2025 Barletta Aria 22QC. So first off, I'll tell you a little bit about Barletta and the Aria line. Barletta is a premium brand. You know, they're the fastest growing brand in the industry, one of the best selling brands in the industry. And the Aria model is really, it came out last year and it's really been a great seller for us, and really kind of completes the Barletta lineup. From most manufacturers, this boat is kind of considered kind of a mid-level boat, that type of deal. With Barletta, it's actually their lowest end boat, but Barletta doesn't really participate, kind of in that lowest price point of the spectrum. But, for what you get with all the Barletta features that you get on this boat and this model, it provides just a ton of value in the industry and really does well compared to the competition in this price point. So when you check out this Barletta Aria model or any of the Aria models, really look at the standard features that come with the boat, look at what you get. We're going to talk a little bit about the features of the boat and some of the benefits of the Barletta, but the one thing I won't go through is that long list of standard features. One of the nice things, even when I'm ordering these boats, you go to the boat builder, I'm sure you've done this on the websites and stuff, and you start building your pontoon boat, and then all of a sudden there's literally like a list of like 60 options. With Barletta, it's not like that. Almost all those options are standard on the boat, and there might be 10 or 12 maybe options to pick from, but for the most part, everything that's important already comes standard. So make sure to be aware of that, and we'll talk about a couple of those features, but not a ton. When we get up inside the boat, we'll see that this is going to be kind of like the max seating layout configuration. So this one's got the quad seating. This particular boat, as we look at the outside, the exterior, it does have one upgrade. We've got the blackout package, so we've got the matted black rails, anodized rails. We've also got the black trim on the rub rail, as well as the skirting on the pontoon log. But everything with Barletta is really premium, really high end. There's a lot of stainless steel components on the boat, where you look at the stainless steel hardware, stainless steel end caps. All right, a lot of companies are going to use plastic ones or something like that. Stainless steel LED lights. When we get to the transom area, the stainless steel boarding ladder, that type of stuff. So everything's done really high end. So let's take a look more about the Aria 22QC. So before we get inside the boat, I want to talk a little bit about the performance of this boat, the way it's set up, and really the heavy-duty construction that Barletta is known for. So Barletta is known as kind of like the premium build in the industry. They've got, this particular boat's a 22-foot boat. We've got the Mercury 200 horsepower engine. We've got the tri-tune package. But when you really look closely at this boat, you look at the lifting strakes and the performance strakes that are included on here, just the precise welding and really heavy duty materials, really heavy duty engine pod with extra supports and mounts and all that. Everything's done really clean, really nice. We've got a full length skirt underneath so that the bottom of the cross members are all protected in this boat. And probably the number one feature that really sets this boat apart, which you can't see, is the VIP technology. That's vibration isolation pad. So, when you think about a pontoon boat, we see a lot of metal on metal contact. So, two pieces of metal kind of, attaching to each other to create basically the boat, whether it be the tubes, whether it be the cross members, whether it be, getting into the flooring. With Barletta, basically in between the cross members and the tubes, we see a vibration isolation pad, which is basically more or less a rubber insert that kind of cuts off a lot of the vibration in between there, so you don't have a lot of metal on metal contact on this boat. So what you're going to find when you get up and ride in this boat is that it feels solid. It feels, it doesn't feel like you're riding on a big tin aluminum, piece like a lot of other pontoon boats, but it just feels solid. A lot of vibration. And honestly, I've been in boats that cost way more than this from other brands that don't feel anywhere near as solid as this boat. So from a performance perspective, this particular boat and the Aria model, we sell a lot of these with 150s. We also sell some of them with 200. 200 is the maximum horsepower. You're going to get an excellent performance boat, and honestly, it's going to feel like a $100,000 boat, even though we're not even anywhere near that price. So from a speed perspective, this boat, depending on the load of people and exactly how you have it weighted down, we could see speeds, approaching in the 40-mile-an-hour range. Like say Barletta is a heavier boat than most because of all the cross members they use, because of the materials they use. So we're not always going to be the fastest, but we will be the most solid. Okay, so we moved inside the Aria 22QC. The big thing to kind of remember here, and honestly, the customers, unless you get in this boat or you get in this boat compared to a competitor model, the first thing you're going to notice that we always say, especially at boat shows and stuff like that, it's like, this is only a 22 footer. Well, the reality is it is, but the way Barletta does their sizing, it feels a lot bigger, and here's why. Barletta's got this extended rear platform, all right? The pontoon length is actually up underneath this platform, and this platform extends out. So the pontoon length of this boat is 22 feet. However, with the extended platform, you know, we're approaching close to 24 feet of deck length on this boat. So most other companies would call this model a 24-foot model, all right? In reality, Barletta's calling it a 22-foot model because that's what the tube length is. They're not cheating on the name, so that's why in almost every case, a Barletta boat will feel and seem bigger. A 20-footer seems like a 22. A 22-footer seems like a 24. And you know, Barletta does a great job with space utilization. We see this nice extended rear deck. We've got enough space to walk around, jump, exit, enter and exit the boat, whatever. But it's not so big that we're losing interior space. We're losing furniture, right? So some companies, in order to save money, they'll have large, extravagant rear decks, large front decks that literally shrink the cockpit of the boat and shrink your seating. So Barletta does not do that. So, you know, again, moving inside the boat, you know, we got a nice heavy-duty ski tow bar here, nice stainless steel boarding ladder with 5 steps in the back. Everything, again, really heavy-duty, really nice. But the nice thing is when we get inside this boat, again, we look at the length, and the way that this boat's laid out with the quad loungers, they say, so 4 loungers, 2 in the back, 2 in the front, 2 co-captain's chairs in the center. This kind of gives you the maximum seating for the number of people. So, you know, if it is feasible to sit 3 people across on each side here in the back. The furniture, I think that they do a great job. The nice thing with Barletta, again, the construction process with that VA-Peak technology, the actual vinyl, you know, thickness, all right, is essentially the same supplier, the same stuff they're using on their high-end stuff. It's just obviously scaled down, obviously, to make a difference, and it's a little bit more of a simple furniture, but at the same time looks really, really nice. You know, I'm a little bit bigger of a guy, and I can sit here and, you know, feel comfortable, you know, with my back, and I'm leaning into a good pad up here. It's got good foam backing to it. Really a premium level furniture on a value-priced boat. You know, and the other thing I like is, while you do see on the higher end Barlettas, the furniture will become a little bit wider, all right, the furniture will become a little bit taller, but even in this particular case, I get on so many pontoon boats where the base structure is very narrow, and on this one, even my big self can kind of sit right on the edge, and a lot of times from other brands, the seat will flip up, or it'll feel like uncomfortable, or I'll fall down, but on this one, it's all solid because again, the base, the structure of the seat is very, very good. We've got storage underneath all of them. You know, even storage underneath the lean backs as well. Good spot for a trash can you could put in under here. But the other thing too is this boat has 4 lean backs to it. So a lot of times you'll see a seat cut off here without a lean back. So the lean back allows you to sit in multiple different ways. You know, a lot of brands, again, at a price point level, that lean back costs extra money. It takes extra space. You know, Barletta provides that. It's included on this boat. So we move it into the center of the cockpit of the Aria 22QC. Another thing, again, we talk about standard features, different things like that. The bimini top on this boat is a power tower, so is a power top. So that means it's electrically controlled. Those of you who have seen bimini tops in the past or had older pontoon boats, you can understand and appreciate how nice of a feature that is. From almost every brand in the industry, that's a $2,000 to $3,000 upgrade. From Barletta, even on this Aria model, it is a standard feature, which is really, really cool. The other thing you're going to notice around this boat, again, little things, little details from a standpoint of having, you know, recessed cup holders in the seats, having access and power for charging your cell phone, other little power ports, stuff like that. Nice hidden away speakers, rather than having to have a, you know, like a one of those like portable cup holders that kind of sit in the middle of the seat. You don't have to do that here. Everything's hidden. It's really well designed, well laid out. Like I say, there's phone holders everywhere. You know, there's phone holder and a little charger even on the co-captain's chair along this side. Phone holder along the driver's seat dash as well. So again, well laid out setup. One feature I didn't mention on the exterior of the boat, but I think it's important to note, Barletta is a very, very pet-friendly boat with dogs. So there's two features in particular that we talk about there. We've got the little doggy dish, which is standard on all Barlettas, that pops out, really convenient. We also have the doggy dock view door, so you can actually see through that, so the dog can see through the panel to the outside, both on the port side gate as well as the front gate. Now, whatever, maybe you don't care about that, but the driver can also see. So if the driver's looking, trying to dock a boat, trying to see where the dock is, either on the left-hand side or in the front, you've got a better view so that you can see how close that dock is coming in. So again, just a good layout, good features on this particular boat. Since we are in a tri-tune setup, we've got a nice heavy-duty ski locker with a huge opening, huge space for skis, wakeboards, tubes. If you deflate a tube, or you can put your cover in there. Got a nice gas assist shock on the door. So again, big storage compartment here. Again, nice easy open door, that type of deal. And then as we get into the dash area, I really like the dash in the Aria. Obviously, this is a little bit more of a price point boat, but we talk about standard features. Number one, we see a legit fiberglass console, so it's not like a cheap plastic console or something like that, so we can see that. We don't have a cheap plexiglass little windscreen on here, which I like. It's really clean looking. We've got a standard GPS. We've got standard nice switches here, standard phone holder. We've got a conveniently located throttle control along the right-hand side that is comfortable to use over long term. If you're running all day or something like that, it's a nice, comfortable spot. We do have a little glove box down here that is lockable, down by my feet. Again, I'm a little bit bigger of a guy, but I still got plenty of leg room here, plenty of room for my knees, adjustable seat. There are a couple features I talk about that is new for 2025 on this Aria model. They've upgraded to a JBL stereo system, so this particular boat's got 4 JBL speakers, a JBL head unit, obviously Bluetooth compatibility. The furniture for this year, they've upgraded to I think a little bit nicer color, a Tempest gray, which is kind of a light gray, that really is kind of neutral for most any, nobody can really be offended by it. The last year's model was a little bit more tan. And we've also upgraded the flooring to have an extra layer of UV protection and coating. So over the course of the life of the boat, even with sun fade and stuff like that, this floor should fade less. And it is really convenient, really nice flooring. Obviously no carpet, everything like that. It's all more or less water, impervious to water and any water intrusion or anything like that. So again, console, comfortable, and also like the fact that it's not super big, so I'm not losing seating space because I got this fancy big console. It's a really slender, slim console set up on this boat. Move to the bow area. We basically have kind of a duplication of what's in the transom of the boat. So, again, if you're sitting sideways, you could sit up to 3 people up here, or even a bigger guy like myself can lay out and stretch out. Again, really nice. I really like the two-tone upholstery. The other thing I like about Barletta is just the stitching quality is really top-notch, and we do have a water management system where we've got a separate compartment for the storage. So if the boat rains, you shouldn't get a lot of water in your compartments, but nice double stitch backing here, nice hinges, really high end here. So again, just well thought out. Even again, this is a more value priced boat in the Barletta industry. It's still pretty good. So in summary, thanks for watching, checking out the Barletta 22 Aria QC with us here at Buckeye Sports Center. We talked about performance a little bit, but this boat will be a rocket ship with that 200 horsepower. But again, you can also get this boat with a 150 horsepower, which is good for most use for tri-tune purposes. That's actually probably how we sell the most of them. You can also get the 2-tube version with a, maybe a 60 horse, 90 horse, 115, something like that. So if you don't need the performance, but you just want a nice, roomy, comfortable boat, we have the 2-tube versions available as well. So for more information about this boat and others, visit our website, buckeyesportscenter.com. Check out our YouTube page, subscribe, where we talk about a lot of different pontoon boats, Barletta included, as well as many other boats we post on the YouTube page. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the water.